Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
Justin Fields endured some literal growing pains his rookie season, taking hits and being forced to run for it behind a porous offensive line. But he also had moments where he showed his upside as a franchise quarterback. He did win 2 of his first 3 starts and had a 100-yard rushing game against San Francisco in Week 8. Several offseason changes in Chicago should help get Fields some help in year 2.
Fields going to throw right away. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A good start. 1 play, 10 yards.
Cole Kmet started to look like the second-round pick Chicago made in 2020, catching 60 passes for over 600 yards. Both of those are the most for a Bears tight end since 2014. Certainly hoping to build on those numbers this season with plays like that.
Fields throw taken in by Pringle. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second in a couple. Fields now to throw. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing again is Fields. This complete to Jones. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Fields going to keep it once more. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Fields. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And here comes the winner of the last 2 NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
Even as he nears age 40, Aaron Rodgers' game isn't taking a single backward step. He became only the 4th player to win back-to-back MVP awards and led Green Bay to its 3rd straight 13-win season. He avoids turnovers better than anyone in football at the quarterback position. And Green Bay, they are always a front runner with him under center.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Rodgers going to throw. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the prime. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field. And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 45. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fields going to take this himself. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything. Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there.
There's been a productive union between Preston Smith and the Green Bay Packers. In his last 3 years wearing the green and gold, he's recorded 25 sacks in that time frame.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Fields hit and the ball is loose. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Rodgers on the return. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw into the hands of Cobb. Randall Cobb, touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 70 yards, and the Packers have taken the lead. And nothing too crazy there, a quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone, and the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Running left, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. On the return, it's Rodgers. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A good gain on 1st has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Working from the gun, Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Quick slant to Watson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Again, it's Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Here we go. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. On the delay, Jones. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call down a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Here's Rodgers to throw. Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan, the 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because You have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Robert Tonyan capping it all off on the touchdown grab. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
On first down, Fields. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's make these babies cry.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 9 from the 44.
Check 59, Mike is 59.
Now Fields. They'll roll him out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's Fields. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. 4th down, Fields has to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. An inside give to Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here.
Second and 10.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 24. 81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to have a Packers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
A give to Jones. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
Now Jones. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. From the 2 now, second and goal.
53's mark. Cut. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 50.
They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he's going to take it in, yards out. And the Packers have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
A little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Now Crosby for the point after. 21-3. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Now a first down throw. Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And quickly they get to the line.
To the air again, Fields.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
The give is to Jones.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory on the other. I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.